But what's above all this, they can plan something such a long time ago, never lose control down through the eons, is worshipped by the high elite themselves in their strange rituals. It runs all religions, even the ones that think they're opposing each other, and the subsections of the religions that think they're opposing each other. They gave all these ones to the people. What are we really up against here? And those who are willing to open Pandora's box will eventually come to this big question: is there any white knight out there? Is there a cavalry only come at the last minute? And it's only in the books you find that, and in the novels and the movies and religions, because you have to participate in life to offset this. And participating in life means know yourself, come alive, and use your life for it, because if you don't, it's game over for everyone. Most people don't care about anyone else today, and that's true. I've heard it so many times. Well, thank God, by the time they bring the last part of this, and I'll be dead. I'll probably have been retired, and I'll spend my pension, I'll be dead, thank God. Because they don't give a damn, you see, about those that to come. Which also means they don't give a damn about all their own ancestors who came before them and suffered and enslaved and so on, so that they could have exit with a pension, you know. There's no continuity between the past, the present, and the future. Egosyntonic behavior has been encouraged. And it's very possible brain damage has occurred as well, since Arthur Koestler, who worked at the United Nations and wrote a book called The Ghost in the Machine, and who worked on ways to lobotomize that part of the brain that gives you your self-awareness and your critical survival capabilities. He was working on ways to destroy that, chemically, bacteriologically, through viruses, whatever. There's different segments working for the UN on this, and he wrote about it all in his book. He was all for it, right to the end. Thought it was just a swell idea. And he said that the elite won't need, I mean, the peasants, basically, the masses won't need those instincts anymore, because the scientific elite will be making all their decisions for them. Will be managed, well managed, you see. Whereas those who manage us must keep theirs, because they must retain survival capabilities so they could steer planet Earth into the future. And that's what the wolves at the top talk about, of course, as they talk about us mustn't know this kind of stuff. But as children, they'll give us nightmares. Don't tell the children what we're doing. But the IQ level is dropping. It doesn't happen by, you're born with an IQ. When it starts dropping, something's happened to make that happen. What can do it? Bacterial warfare, biowarfare techniques, injections. They were discussing this back in the 1700s and 1800s, using inoculations to do it at big meetings in Europe. We'll find Jacques Cousteau talking about that, David Suzuki in Canada. Have to bring down the populations. Well, they don't just talk about it, they have a Department of Population Control at the United Nations. What do you think it means? A wish list that they sit and dream about? No, it means they will implement it. And they can't tell the children. They can't tell the children, hey, you're going to have a shorter life, you're going to come down with crippling diseases, and you'll die earlier. They can't tell you the truth. You don't tell the children the truth. It's scary. So much to encompass, so many directions, much of the esoteric to explain to you, so much of the exoteric to explain to you, for things to start happening. So I won't be doing all this talk. This just little intro to give you a very quick synopsis of the past and the present and where we're going in the future, very shortly actually. We're getting sprayed like bugs from the sky with those that have eyes to see. Like bugs, just like bugs. Like you take a can of Raid and spray it over an anthill. That's what they think of us. And not one person in major media will talk about it. Why? Because the media is one of the most essential arms of government. It's part of government. They couldn't give you your matrix reality without it. They couldn't keep you in it without it. It's not all gloom and doom. It's not all gloom and doom at all. But before you can save others, you've got to save yourself. And to do that, you've got a lot of work to do. A lot of decisions to make. Most can't make those decisions. Most will say, hey, leave Pandora's box closed. It's scary in there. It could be dark. I might fall in. But there's always brave souls who will. And that's the ones who come alive. The dead will never make choices. The choices are made for them. So excuse this little homemade video here. But when you're running on a shoestring, you can still get the word out if you want to. I'll talk to you again. Thanks for listening.
Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few.
Wake up, hey Susie, wake up. Wake up, hey Susie, wake up.